Hi all, welcome back to more Europa Universalis. Playing the ambitious Margrave solo scenario. This is my part 3. So the following day, I'm still quite keen to keep things ticking over. Not that we've done an awful lot, but feel a little bit more relaxed now. Although, yeah, not like I say, not done an awful lot. So not sure how. I mean, we're just about to move into operating the bots. Just before I do, I did have a little look at some things about what I might want to do just before starting there. And I do find that I struggle to decide what you want to do. I did want to consider doing, what was it, vassalizing, but then you need to have an ally and then I think you need the card. What is the card? Subjugate. You need that as well. I've not got any of them. So I was looking about some other things, what I might want to do. Now, while I was looking, I also decided to, and somebody might point this out in the video, of course, I have just released the video, so I'm not giving time for anybody to watch it, in particular part 2, because that's at least when I've done something. And in particular, this placing of this new merchant and unsure if he can be placed here. Since looking back on that, I feel like it's legal for him to be here. It just means that he can't do anything in that node. Now, I did look up my question about if we were able to move him to here, and no, it clearly says each player can have one merchant in a node, but no player can have more than one in a node. So we cannot do that, even if he's exhausted or not. Which I figure must be the case. That seemed like that was a bit too easy. But I do feel like after looking at things like I say that it's legal for him to be there. Now he can't get anything from that. He can't even he earns no trade power. So if I was to trade right now and we were to draw one that had the champagne node in it, I wouldn't benefit from that. All I'd be able to do is discard all the cards and gain 2 ducats, I think. However, also while I was watching back, realised that why not try and connect to this area? Now, that would require, you can see that we've got influence in there, zoom in a little bit. And all we would need is influence in here or an influence in there, and then we've got a connection to this area here. And that would allow us to then do that. So I thought, well, there's something we could do, and that's the influence action, right? Now, looking across at my power that I've got left, I've got one let me just show you. I've got one administrative, one diplomatic power, one administrative, and 2 military power. I want to say the influence is diplomatic. I think you need to kick it off with 1, but then you can use money for the rest. It's quite expensive, but if you bear in mind that the one thing we did do was earn some money, and we've got quite a stash. We've got 20 ducats. So that's something that we could do. And then the other one I thought was recruit units. Now, not so much. We've only got 2 manpower based on that. And we're going to get more manpower by putting these down, but it's not as simple to just, move into an area and start putting your towns down. It's there's a bit of a process to doing it. I mean, you could do it through war, but I don't think we're fit for war really with just having 2 infantry units. And I can't add any more to that. All I can do is, that's available. All I can do is, what was I talking about there? Right, where's the play rate? It gives you the actions on it. Military action, recruit. Yeah, so recruit would allow me to, and yeah, I mean, I'm assuming it costs you 2 ducats to recruit a regular infantry unit. But I think recruiting, well, why not just be absolutely sure about this since you're, hang on. Yeah, it's as I thought. So recruit units, so on page 17, pay 1 military power and the requisite amount of ducats. So yeah, you've got military power as well. And it's 2 ducats per infantry. But you recruit as many military units from your available. So we've only got this, so all we're going to be able to do regarding that, which, you know what, I don't know, we might look at, is put him, I think, into our army, and then we've got an army of 2 instead of 1. Now I want to say, is it not when you go into war, you can also maybe recruit units? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, it wasn't more so that I was interested. I thought, why not look at the possibility of a ship? So ships must be taken from your supply and can be built at a maximum rate of 1 ship. I need to own a port. Which I don't believe they are. No, they're inland this area, aren't they? Yeah, so I can't do that. Damn. Because I thought that would then be good. We could get a ship out into the Baltic Sea here, and then our merchant could benefit from Lubeck. Oops. So, no, that's not going to work either then. Well, the best thing to do is go back to your info inside here then, Grant, I think. At least that's something to do. Now, it's not my turn anyway, it's the bot's turn, but it's just, I wanted to have some idea of maybe what I might be wanting to try and do. And then we should look at our action cards again. We should also look at the events again. Expand the nation, our 2 missions. It's like, in an area adjacent to any of your core provinces, own 2+ provinces that are not among your core provinces. And then I think I've settled on the fact that I've not got an army available to go and start smashing people about. So I'm going to have to try and expand the nation by, in more diplomatic terms, like do it gently, if you like. Right, okay, so, well, we've got something to think about there. So what I want now is to get handy is the solo and bot rules, and let's get down to moving some of the bots about. Right, so Austria is next in line. We're first, and I think this goes in this order. Let's just say that Denmark go first player next turn, then I think they go first, we go, then they go, because I think it's a clockwise thing. I'm going to do it that way if for some reason that's wrong, and if Austria are first player, it's Austria, Denmark, then us. I think that's how it works. Okay, so they're going to go first. Now we need to look. Right, is this where the flowcharts are? Yeah, it's right. Let me set up a bit of space. See, I was wondering, you know what, you could move these up a bit. And would that be enough space? Hang on. Right, it's almost enough. You know what I'm going to do though? I'm going to take these French dynamic non-player realm tokens away. And we're going to remember that if an event comes up and it regards French, and I think it's got to have the DNPR symbol, we will trigger the event. So I'm just going to move them out of the way just now because it'll give me a little bit more space here. Right, that's giving me a nice bit of space here on the map, and it's just a huge footprint of a game. And you can imagine if you were playing with the other bit of map as well, that's another additional, I don't know, probably another additional 12 inches at least. Maybe, no, it's probably bigger than that even. I'm not sure for sure. I'm not. It's in the box, so I'm not going to bring it out. Right, so here's the bot actions, main turn structure. So this is what we follow to start with. And just flowchart stuff, which I don't mind as long as I've followed flowcharts before, and sometimes they leave you scratching your head a bit. So I think these have been decent, pretty well done. I think up to now, no doubt I'll still stumble across certain bits, and like you see, it'll probably happen right away. But so okay, so start right. So that symbol's the bot power, So let's just home in on that a little bit. So is the bot power left equal to 0? Well, no, we'll just start. They start with 9 bot power. So you can see the red arrow's a no, the green arrow would be a yes. So no. Is under attack by enemies or rebels, and there's a wee number 1 there. So, well, yeah, let's look at the number 1 down the bottom. It says the bot is considered under attack if enemy units or again, it's a symbol. Is that mercenary maybe? No, rebel. That's a rebel unit. Yeah. I'll need to get. I'm pretty sure somebody will. I need that iconography printed out so I can access it easier. So if enemy units or rebels are present in any area with bots, towns. That's towns, isn't it? Yeah, towns. Or if enemies or rebels occupy any of bots' towns. Okay, so none of that happening. So no to that. Is there army on the map board and can siege in same area? Well, no, their army starts off the map. I mean, basically, we're going to get right through these with pretty much lots of no's and end up drawing a bot card, I believe. So, does it have 3+ bot power left and 1, is that colonized? Colonist, yeah. No colonists. It does have more than 3 bot power, but no colonists. And then, is it spent bot power greater than its bot power that's got left? And that's no as well. It's got 0 spent bot power and 9 bot power left. So, has it got any bot cards left? Yes, we're not drawing a bot card. So, draw a bot card. Right. We could have zoomed down to that pretty quickly, you can see, but I just want to go through it the first time. So it says spend. So we draw a bot card, and it says spend shown bot power cost, and it's got a wee 2 there that tells us if bot has less bot power left than card's bot power cost, spend remaining bot power and execute the card. So even if it's not got enough, it'll wipe its bot power out and it'll still execute the card. Okay, good. And then it reminds you there also that to discard an action card, if discard icon shown, so if it's got a wee icon like that, that tells you to discard an administrative card. That'll discard a diplomatic card, and that'll discard a military card. So I don't think they all have that. And what that does is it cycles through the decks. I mean, it's as if the bots are maybe using action cards, you know. And the good thing about that for us is we can remember if... well, actually, I didn't explain that one fully, did I? Not that I intended really explaining anything fully. This isn't a teach you the game, but I teach you the game to myself. The change national focus, I did mention that with that, it's a 2-part thing. What you can do is move one power from each of 2 areas and move them into another one, up to 1 in each. So if I wanted to just move this 1 into there, I could do that, or I could move that 1 into there and 1 of them into there. But also on top of that, you can just let me get it right. Yeah, so it's a generic action, and it is change national focus. When taking this action, you must perform one or both of the options below in order. You may only take this action once per round, and that's why there's a wee box here. Am I showing you that? No, I'm not. There's a wee box here that you put one of your cubes into to say that you've taken the action this round. Okay. It says increase one type of monarch power by up to 2 by moving a maximum of 1 power from each of the other 2 monarch power pools on your player map. So just what I said, it's up to 1. So you, like I say, you don't need to move the full 2. And you could ignore that if you didn't want to do that part of the change national focus. I believe you could just say, right, I'm not moving any of them. And the second part is to discard up to 3 action cards from your hand. And then it says add them to the discard pile after completing this action. And you have to do it after you complete the action because of how you can do this action. It says then draw one card fewer than you discarded from any of the action decks. It says, but then the last part says you may pay one monarch power, and 2 ducats to pick one of the new cards from the top 5 discards of the deck, matching the paid monarch power type. So we could discard all 3 of these cards, okay? And we could then draw one less than 3 from any one of these. So we could draw 2 cards. Or one of the 2 cards that we're going to draw, we could take from the discard pile, the top 5 cards of the discard pile only. So you're not going to dig down any deeper than that. And to do that, let's just say I wanted to take that card back, Revolutionary Ideas, which I thought was pretty good. So if I wanted to take that back, I would have to pay 1 administrative power, because that's what it is, an administrative power card, and 2 ducats, and that would be one of the 2 cards that was drawn, and then I could draw another one from the top. I'm wondering if you could take 2. Yeah, I'm just thinking there. It doesn't seem to say that you're restricted. So if there was 2 cards in discard piles that you wanted, I guess you could pay 1 monarch power for 1 and 2 ducats to match, and I say monarch power to match the type it is, and then you could pay another 1 and 2 ducats to pick another one. Doesn't seem to say that's a restriction anyway. So yes, so that's what could be done, and that's what's relevant about the bots discarding some cards. So we're going to have to watch these discards because they could be important to us. Like I already mentioned, the Subjugate card I think is pretty a good card to get. The Royal Marriage card. These are cards that you maybe want to see. So yeah. Anyway, okay. So back to the bot. Okay. So I was telling you about the discard thing. So let's draw a bot card and see what we're going to do with it. That's what we do first, and then we'll come back to here, and there's a black line taking you up here to carry you on. So we'll come back to that. Right, so Austria, and this is who it is. Austria's bot number 1, and Denmark's bot number 2. So we're going to draw a bot card. Okay, so we've got Diplomacy. So right away, it says, remember, it says spend the shown bot power cost, which is here, and there's that wee note to say that if it didn't have, say it only had 1 left, you would just spend the 1 and you would still carry out this action. So we spend the bot power, 2 bot power, so we take 2 of these. I thought about using dice for up here, but I'll stick with this for now. It would mean changing 2 dice. You need to have a dice there and a dice there, but I could maybe find 2 white. Well, they'd probably need to be D12s or something like that. I think that's 9 to start with, but I think it can go up. Anyway, we'll persevere with what we've got just now. So that's the bot power spent. And then you can see we now discard Diplomatic card. So up here to the action decks, and we discard, just what I talked about. So let's see what this Subjugate card is. Actually, let me bring it across here. So this is going to go in the discard pile. And remember, we haven't done the change national focus. You can only do it once per round. But so if it is really, really good, this card, it might be something that we might want to consider. So it says it's only 1 diplomatic power. You've got to also remember that you need power to do any of these things, and we've only got 1 administrative, 1 diplomatic, and 2 military left. So you're limited to what you can do, aren't you? So discard influence from target non-player realm / vassal equal to target's base tax plus any opponent influence in target's realm. 2. Vassalize your ally. Their vassals may be included as targets. Vassalize your ally. Their vassals may be included as targets. Or annex your vassal or 1 tax ally. Right, okay. I did have a little look at this, how all this worked, this annexing and vassalizing. Okay, But you can see, what does it require? It says it requires both realms are at peace with with royal marriage, your base tax greater than targets. Without royal marriage, your base tax greater than or equal to 2 times targets. Right, okay, so it benefits you having a royal marriage there. It makes it easier for you to do this. So, first of all, to use this, you need to be allied with the realm that you're doing it with. So, although this is useful, I still need to have an ally with who I'm going to do this with. And this will let us, and what we would end up doing, let's just have a little look as to what we've got up here. Well, there's a good, this is this Prussia? I think so. Yeah, so you, hang on. Right, sorry, got dragged away there for a bit. So what was I talking about? Yeah, I was just trying to work out the process for us getting, let's just say Prussia here, let's get in some, now there's there's 2 provinces, Danzig and Kulm, and we've got an influence in there. So how do we go about getting our towns, getting these towns put in there? That's what we kind of want to do, but we don't want to do it aggressively. So here's my thinking, and this could completely be all wrong. I think first of all we need an alliance in there, so we need to be allied with them. So then, what did I do with the subject card? It's there, yeah. So if that was an ally to us, and to get an area allied with you, right? What do you need there then, Grant? That'll be the next thing. Actually, I think that's one of the ones I missed when I was looking through my possible what to do. Forge alliance. So it says it costs between 1 and 3 diplomatic power. This is on page 15. To ally yourself with an NPR, you pay diplomatic power equal to half the target's non-player realm's tax income, but maximum of 3. And then you take an available alliance marker from your supply and place it on the target's capital, along with 1 influence in their capital area if there is space. Wait, they don't have a capital, do they? Because the thing is, this is an area that's extends onto other maps, so I'm assuming that you would just put an influence in the area. Along 1 influence in their capital area if there is space. Yeah, no, it just means their area, doesn't it, Grant? If there is space means you're only allowed 5 influence cubes in that area. So, to ally myself with them, I would need to pay equal to half the target's NPR's tax income. And all numbers are rounded up in this game. So, they have a tax income of 1, because this is a small town. 1, this is a small town, that's 2. And then they've got this extra plus 1. So they've got 3. So 3 half is 1.5 rounded up to 2. I'm right saying it's rounded up, isn't it? It tells you at the beginning there. Rounded up. When having numbers, always round up unless specifically stated otherwise. Good. Okay. So we would need to pay. So that's how much influence we would pay. 2. Yeah. So right at the moment, sorry, not influence. That's how much diplomatic power we would have to pay. At the moment, we've only got 1, so there you go. We would need to mess about with that change focus to be able to do this round. But then you've got an alliance, right? And it says for more details on the benefits and obligations of alliances, see page 32. I didn't really want to start digging into that. I just wanted to see how we get an alliance. Key features, it says treat your allies, units, areas and ports as friendly. You may play the subjugate action card to vassalize an ally. See section 11.4. So I guess that's where we would probably want to look. Section 11.4. That's a rule. Oh right, it's in here as well. Yeah, it's the next bit. Vassals. Okay. Vassals are subordinate realms. Vassals of player realms pay vassal tax to their overlord and add to their overlord's manpower as indicated by the vassal track. Yeah, and we can just swing around there and look at this first vassal. So if I vassalize, this first slot has only one token and the rest of them have 2 tokens. So if I use this one, you can see that it's opening up 1 tax income for me and also 1 extra manpower. So this is good as well. Now when we eventually then replace these vassals with towns, these will go back in here, but then the towns will get put out and you can see they are, well, actually I don't think that is better by putting that one out. But anyway, that's how it goes. So once we had an alliance there, we would then be able to use that subjugate card, and we would what we need to do though is discard influence from the target NPR, the target non-player realm / vassal equal to target's base tax plus any opponent influence in target's realm. So their base tax is 3. So we need to discard at least 3 influence from that area as well. So remember, we've got 1 influence there. When we put the alliance in, we'll gain an influence. That's 2. So you can see that we need 1 more influence in there to be able to do that. So then we'd have the 3. We'd be able to remove them, and then it allows you to vassalize your ally. Their vassals may be included as targets. So if they had vassals, right, okay, this is starting to confuse me, but anyway. Or annex your vassal or 1 tax ally. So I think to do the annex part, I would need another subjugate card, wouldn't I? Down the line. Yeah. But that would allow me to put vassals on each one of these. And, you know, that would give me an extra 1 manpower and an extra 1 income. So it's hard work getting a little bit out of this game, I think. But I guess we're just starting off. I've not really done anything, so hopefully it'll get easier to do these things and it'll become more rewarding, I would think. Yeah, okay, so how did I get down that road then? That rabbit hole. Yeah, because we discarded the card, it was a subjugate card, and we were getting excited about what that does and whatever. And you can see there that having a royal wedding in that area would be even better, because then their base tax, yeah, the base tax just needs to be greater than, it doesn't need to be, requires both realms of peace. Your base tax greater than or equal to 2 times the target's. Okay. Hang on. Without a royal marriage, your base tax. Oh, this is what it requires. Sorry. Yeah, we've missed that bit then. So we've not got a royal marriage, so for this to be able to work, our base tax needs to be greater than or equal to 2 times the target's base tax. Right, well that's not going to work either then, is it? Because their base tax is going to be 1, 2, 3. And our base tax is also 3. I think. So yeah, so we need our base tax increased and also have a royal wedding in there. Oh my, that's a bit away as well, isn't it? It's so hard to seem to achieve these things. I don't know. Anyway. Right, okay, we'll pod on. That doesn't seem like that's going to be feasible until we increase our base tax by either another 3, so we're double them, or we get a royal marriage in there, which requires a card that says royal marriage, so we need that. Then we still need to have 1 more base tax than them, so we need to increase our base tax to 4 as well as have the royal marriage, and that's then just to get you an alliance. No, that's not Grant. You've got the alliance before that. You've had to get the alliance before that as well. Yeah, it's all tough to get that, but I suppose it shouldn't be easy. Right, okay, back to the bot. So we drew the diplomacy card, spent the bot power, we've discarded a diplomatic card, which happened to be subjugate, and we're now going to look for the diplomacy action that the bot's going to do. Alright, so I'm just showing you here, this is the main turn structure. Then we've got, this page we've got the defend action, the siege action down the left hand corner there, colonise action, event action, military action, diplomacy action, naval action, papal curie action, explore action, spy action, and yeah, and a lot more. So you just got to search through and find the one that we're doing. We're doing diplomacy, so this is that. It tells you what the bot cards are for this. It happens to be number 8 we've got, so that's not really relevant. So diplomacy, we start there. We go to the first box. Right. Alliance and royal marriage on any non-player realm adjacent to the bot. No. Well, I'm just jumping out and saying no. Let's have a look. They do actually have a royal marriage, but don't have an alliance. It's that the Danes have both alliance and royal marriage, so they would kick off with something here. They've got a royal marriage, but not an alliance. Okay. So that is a no. And then the next question is, do they have an alliance on any non-player realm adjacent to the bot? Well, no. It's just the royal marriage, remember. So none of them apply. So then we move down. Do they have 2 or more influence in any non-player realm adjacent to... It's saying adjacent to bot. I think it just means... It just means adjacent to any of their areas, does it? I don't know. Yeah, I suppose they're influenced, but I don't know. Let's just say they had 2 influence in here. Would this be adjacent? I mean, it's adjacent to this where they've got a town. I think adjacency, in fact, yeah, is that not a word, adjacency? Is that not described somewhere? Hang on. Yeah, page 4. Important terms. Adjacency. A province, unit, or token is considered adjacent to the area in which is located in all areas that share a border with that area. It is also considered adjacent to all provinces in each of those areas. A coastal province, a port, is also considered adjacent to all other ports facing the same sea zones, to all areas with such ports, and to all the sea zones it faces. So the question here is there 2 or more influence in any non-player realm adjacent to bot? Adjacent to bot. So is it adjacent to a bot's province, adjacent to a bot's unit, or adjacent to a bot's token? Yeah, I mean, but I don't know. I'm quite sure I'm getting that. Like, I think if there was another token here, I think it's adjacent to here. So I think that counts, and the same for there. Well, they're adjacent to there. I mean, that's the area that the Austrians have full control of. That's their realm, if you like, if that's how it's called, the realm. Anyway, okay, so what we're looking for 2+ influence in any non-player realm adjacent to bot. Right, well, they've got 2 influence here, and they've got 2 influence here. So this is in Bavaria and Swabia, and this is in Royal Hungary, isn't it? Yeah. So that's the 2 areas that they have. Now these grey cubes are... Do they count for them? Because they're the imperial, they're the HRE ones, aren't they? What are they called? Imperial influence cubes. I mean, there's not one of them and a white one together anyway, but if there was, would that have counted for this? Imperial influence, page 44. Yeah, so page 44, 18.2 Imperial Influence. There are 6 grey Imperial Influence cubes in the game. The Emperor has access to a number of Imperial Influence equal to the Imperial Authority. Has access to a number of Imperial equal to... Right, so there's 3 out on the board. Yeah, so there's a possible 6 because he could go up to 6. His Imperial Authority is at 3 just now. But it could go up to +6, so there could be another 3 more cubes out there. So the place during setup. For most purposes, Imperial Influence works just the same as regular, but there are some exceptions. Must be placed. May not be removed for the purpose of the subjugate action. Right, I can't see anything there. So I don't want to say that if we had a white and a grey one together, then that would maybe count for the Austrians having 2 Imperial Influence. But that could be wrong as well. Okay, so they've got 2 in here and they've got 2 in there. So let's see what we're going to do. So 2 plus 2 plus influence in any NPR adjacent to the bot. Yes. Select such NPR with the highest tax income. Prefer a non-player realm married to the bot. Well, there you go then. So it goes on the highest tax income, but So hang on here. Does that take priority before the married to bot bit? Because I think that's kind of relevant. Select such non-player realm with highest tax income. Prefer a non-player realm married to bot. Right. That's right away there. I was going to say, well, they're married into Royal Hungary here. Now we've got to watch here because there's different realms in here, isn't there? Well, in here we've got that, and that. Right? They're all the same. They're all the same realm. Which is called. I mean, is it Poland that? Or I mean, this is in Hungary though, isn't it, Grant? So. Sure, it's Hungary, not Poland. Hang on. Yeah, it is indeed Hungary. I think I said before it was Poland, but there you go. So there's the emblem there, and Hungarian plane. Right, so that's what they are. So their tax income is 1, 2, 3, because they've got 3. On saying that, this is in a different area, this one. See, that one says Hungarian plane. So I think we're only talking about this area. The white lines separate the areas, don't they? Yeah, it does say there areas on the map are separated from other areas by a white border and from sea zones by a dark blue coastline. So they're 2 separate areas there. So we don't have influence in this area. Or I'm saying we, the Austrian bot does not have influence in that area. It does have influence in that area. So, and the tax, is that what we're looking for, the tax income? Tax income is 1, 2 for the 2 provinces and 1 extra. So it's 3. But if we were to swing, but again, this has got a royal marriage, so it's taken, well, it's taken preference. It says prefer, but the first part says the highest tax income. So what you could think of that being, you check them both. If they both got the same higher tax income, then you then prefer one that's married to the bot. That's how I would possibly look at that. But you could look at the other way, that it just automatically says, well, wait a minute, this one's married. It's got 2 influence. It's married. Then that's the one you pick. So not 100% sure. So looking in Bavaria and Swabia, well, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different realms in there. So this one is only going to have 1 income. This one's going to have 1. This one's going to have 1. Oh, good then. This one's going to have 3. So this one's got 3, this one's got 3, and we prefer the marriage. But if anybody knows there for sure that I should be ignoring this because they've got a marriage and it doesn't matter about the tax income, let me know. I mean, I'm sort of looking at income tax first because it comes first in the part. So anyway, so that's our target. And you can see what I mean by how it's worded. It's got prefer and NPR married to both down in brackets. If that was a preference before the tax income state, then I think that should be above it. But anyway, let me know if you know for sure. Right, so we've selected the NPR with the highest tax income as an alliance possible. And it's got a little number 1. So it says, see Declaration of War restrictions on page 22 of the main rules to determine target eligibility. Well, there's nobody at war or anything, is that? Do we need to be looking at that? I mean, the restrictions are you may not declare war on an ally. I don't know why that's coming in it. It's now all we're asking is an alliance possible. Oh, I see. So, if we were at war with them, then my guess is we couldn't be allied to them. So it's kind of vice versa, that, isn't it? Right, but there's none of that. There's no wars in place or anything like that. So, is an alliance possible? Oh, right, I'm looking at the wrong bat there. That's why, Grant. I'm looking at the wrong number 1. That's for the other side. Right, so it says, alliance requires, but is at peace, which it is, and has less than 3 alliances in play. Yeah, he's not got any alliances in play. Target is at peace, which it is, and is not the bot's ally, which it's not. And any ally of target has fewer influence than bots in target's area. Well, there's no other allies to that area, so the influence side doesn't matter. Okay. So yeah, an alliance is possible. Yeah. So we're going to place an alliance on the target's capital and add 1 influence there if space. Like I say, there's not. Well, it says capital. I mean, it doesn't go. It goes in the area, doesn't it? Or would you? Or is there a difference between influence being in an area and actually on the capital? I didn't think there was, but it's saying place it on the target's capital. Right. Anyway, so we need an alliance and an extra influence here. Okay, so we've got an alliance as well as a marriage down there now. So if you recall that going through the diplomacy procedure there, I think the first question is there an alliance and a royal marriage there? So now the answer to that question is going to be yes. So something else will happen there. I want to say that I might start. They don't vassalize, they just annex right away, and then they just place their towns in there. They just get to cheat a bit. And then the other influence goes in here as well. Like I say, there's no capital in there. I'm just going to put it in the area. These are bits that I'm hoping, if I'm getting terribly wrong, that somebody will tell me and we can try and fix it, or fix it for the next time it happens, etc. But okay, so right, that's happened. Okay, right, so alliance possible. We'll place the alliance. Oh, place the alliance on target's capital, Grant, and then add 1 influence if there's space. Right, okay. Sorry, I'm not reading it right. Well, again, there's not actually a capital in there that I can see. The capital's the one that's underlined, isn't it? There's not a... Is there? No, because there's only the 2 provinces in there. Yeah, okay, well, it's fine. I think it's allowed. I'm pretty sure I've seen this in the playthrough, some videos, because this is one of the first things that the Austrians are probably going to do. certainly with their diplomacy action, that's what they're going to do. So anyway, they've done that, and then so we're following the black line now, so you can see it comes down and just end turn, and that's it. So that is the Austrian bot had its turn. So now we're going to move to the Denmark bot, and yeah, we don't really need to look at this because all these are going to be the same. You know, no, doesn't apply, doesn't apply, doesn't apply, doesn't apply, doesn't apply. Has the bot any cards left? Yeah. Draw a bot card, spend the power, and discard any cards. So that's what we're going to do. So for Denmark bot, we draw the card, and we get event. Okay, this costs no bot power, and you can see that there's not a discard like that. That one had the discard card option. That's not got that. Okay, and yeah, just when I was thinking about getting round to having a look at these events again, well, we're going to look at them, but not from our point of view, from the Denmark bot's point of view. So let's look at the action for that. Right, so here's the event action. From main turn structure plus bot card. Yeah, okay, bot card number 1. Yeah, it could do it through this, or it could actually happen through this procedure that you get to the bot, the event, if you've not already played it. So that's 2 ways of getting there. But we got there through the card. So event, right. What do we start with? Already taken event action? Well, no. So we're going to roll dice. Just a d6 here. Okay, so playing all d6 roll. We get a 4. Which is... where are we? Yeah, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right, so it's 4. So what do we have? Opponent event is revealed. Yeah, I want to say there's one revealed and it's or is it Austrian? No, it's called the Hungarian throne. Why am I... That is for the Austrians then, Grant, isn't it? Yeah, it's their symbol. Oh, well, hang on, this is Denmark. So, the only what's realm event that's available is the Hungarian throne, which is for the Austrians. So that is an opponent's event, and it's revealed. So that is a yes. So it's going to pick that event. It's going to gain 1 bot power if ducats are on the event. Yeah, okay. So once somebody picks an event, you put 2 ducats. So let's say one of the videos I was watching, I think the guy was only putting 1 on. Bridger's stuff. He done a lot of stuff on Tabletop Simulator. Yeah, let me find out that one for sure. So it is 2 ducats. Step 2, you select an event and then you place 2 ducats from the general supply on any remaining face-up events. Place 2 ducats. Well, I suppose you could interpret that 1 on each, couldn't you? Because when you pick one... right, I'm not sure. Because we've got 3 face-up events right now. So when the Denmark bot picks one, we place 2 ducats from the general supply on any remaining face-up events. Now, I thought that meant 2 ducats each. But does it mean that? It doesn't really... So, I'm not sure. I don't know if 100% try to look up BGG there, but if I look at the wording again, I'm maybe overthinking that. It says place 2 ducats from the general supply on any remaining face-up events. So that does kind of suggest 2 ducats on each event, I think. So I'm going to go with that for now. So as our opponent event revealed, there is. So yeah, pitch such event. It would gain 1. The bots don't gain ducats. They don't track money. So it would gain 1 bot power if there was ducats on the event. Well, there's not ducats on the event. So he is going to pick this event, right? So there's the 3 available events. Like I say, there's only one that's a realm specific event. So he's going to pick this, and we're going to put. So I'm going to go with the 2 on each then. We're going to put 2 ducats on each of these. Somebody can tell me if I've got that wrong, if it should have just been 2, 1 on each. I don't know, because then, I don't know, if you draw another one, I don't know, maybe. I think that's how it is anyway. And then we've picked the event, so we're going to carry on. We're going to resolve option B on the event, okay, which is generally, I can bring it up here, so it's generally not as helpful for the realm that it's specific to. So the Hungarian throne, it says, B, accept Hungarian monarch. Austria loses 2 prestige but gains 2 influence in any Hungarian areas, and then you gain 2 administrative power. Okay, so they're just, well, what I say, the you gain bit at the end is the player playing the event, so that is Denmark. So I think they're going to gain 2 bot power instead of that. Austria losing 2 prestige, well, they don't have any. I'm not sure if you can go to minuses or not, so need to check that one. They're going to gain 2 influence in any Hungarian areas. Okay. So yeah, there's 2, isn't there? You've got the 2 areas. The one we've just got the marriage with, and then you've got the other one, the Hungarian plain bit that's attached to that, I think. So, but I don't know how we decide where the 2 go, so there's a few things to look at there. Okay, so for the prestige bit, you can go minus. There's a wee token here that you use to say, so if a player's prestige falls below 0, place a negative prestige token on top of their prestige marker to indicate that its position shows a negative p-value. Okay, so Austria get -2 prestige. So that goes on top to say that it's a minus. That was right, wasn't it? Austria loses 2 prestige but gains 2 influence in any Hungarian areas, and then you gain, which is Denmark, 2 diplomatic power, but I think there's 2 bot power for that one. Right, okay, I'm going to assume from this that the Denmark bot is going to gain 2 bot power. I'm pretty sure that's right. So I can't really find anything that says me now. They don't use. I'm pretty sure that's probably in this area somewhere when I'm looking in the solo rules, but I just can't see it. Because I know they don't use. Right, hang on, it's on the very front page, Grant. Bot power. Instead of monarch power, bots pay for their actions with bot power. Bot power is not divided into different types of power, and available bot power may be used for any type of action a bot takes. The spent bot power is then moved to the spent area. All cubes in the spent area are discarded in phase 4. Bots gain bot power according to the chosen difficulty level at the end of the round. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really say there to make that. But I mean, if he's going to gain 2 diplomatic power, that tells me he's going to gain 2 bot power. So we take, that gets taken, I'll just chuck one on the floor. Hang on a sec. So he gains, hang on. Would that be gained from the spent area? Because he's not got anything spent. Just when I thought I was making a decision there. Could it be that he's got to start with 9, stay with 9 at the moment, and because I was going to add another 2 cubes there, but hang on. No, there you go. It says it there, Grant. It says gained bot power is taken from supply and placed in the available area on the bot map. And then if no remaining supply, yeah, it tells you there. So that does get brought from the supply to there, because that was gained. Because I don't think we can get the spent stuff back. Well, unless it's specifically said that. Right, so, and then the final part to this puzzle is something else that I was looking for, but how do we decide? It says, gains 2 influence in any Hungarian areas. And my take on that is this Hungarian, well, mind you, this is the same colour as well, isn't it? Is this part of Hungary too? How are you meant to know that? And I don't know how to go about deciding. Now, we've got these targeting charts. We've got a diplomatic targeting chart, but it's not easy to see how this is going to work out, I think. Watching video footage, I don't think it was fussed about this and they would just put 2 influence in one of these areas, but I still feel like you've got to decide, even if this is not one that you can put in. I want to say, like I say, these are all the same colour, so maybe these are part. Well, hang on, no, Grant. No, this is Croatia and Bosnia, so it's the fact it's the same colour. This says Royal Hungary, and this says Hungarian Plain. I mean, or is it just this area that's got Hungary? Yeah, I don't know. Alright, I think just to move this along, I mean, these targeting charts, okay, I'm going to have to start looking into these targeting charts, but this is where when you're just targeting anything, you roll dice and whatever, but we've only got a choice of this and this. So, I want to kind of feel like we should just randomise between the two. I'm not really seeing anything within the targeting charts that would lead me to... I mean, the only one that's... It says owner of pest. Now, pest is one of these, isn't it? Or is that one down there? That's that one there, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, that's only reference to any in Hungary that I can see there on their diplomatic targeting chart. So it says 2 influence in any Hungarian areas. So I'm going to just take a little bit of a chance on this one. Again, this is a learning process, so by all means, people in the know, let me know if this should be done differently. So I'm going to put, it says areas, so I'm going to put 1 in there, and I'm going to put 1 in here as well. Whether that should be randomised between the 2 areas, and they both should go there, or because there's 3 in there, maybe 2 should go in there, or maybe we should max out the 5 into there. Not sure, and it could be that it's quite clear in the rules here, but I'm having to get this finished up, this part, because I need to go and do things. So I just want to get this finished, right? So we'll leave that at that, but let me know your thoughts, and if you think anything there should be done differently. I'll put that away and we'll go back to that flowchart. Yeah, just this is an area I should have had a look at, hasn't it? General event rules. So, gaining or losing any type of monarch power, you gain or lose bot power. So it's kind of clear there. Anything about influence there that might help me? No, I don't think so. Okay. Right, it's just really that influence bit that I'm a little unsure about where that should have been. So we picked the event. We resolved option B on the event. Yeah, we come down to here. Resolve secondary effects on event. Oh yeah, okay. So... Ooh. Okay. Yeah, this isn't quite finished yet. The secondary event. So this is what these icons down the bottom are. This just references that it was an Austrian card. However, that is a cardinal-y thing, isn't it? So, hang on. I think there's a bit about this secondary. Oh, hang on. They're here. Calm down, Grant. Secondary effects. That's what we're doing. So it's that one there. Cardinal dies. So use auto resolution rules, but ignore bot's own cardinal. Okay. Right, so this is up here, Papal Curia, and I'm just looking at secondary effects in the main rulebook. Cardinal dies. You must remove any cardinal except the Roma from the Papal Curia. You then slide the remaining to the left to fill the gap. And then it says auto resolution. This is what we've got to do. We've got to auto resolution this, but not select the Denmark one. Who's the realm that's playing the card. So it says remove the rightmost belonging to the PR with the most cardinals. If 2 or more PRs are tied, remove the rightmost belonging to one of these PRs. Right, so remove the rightmost. Well, that would be that's going to be my one then, isn't it? Remove the rightmost belonging to the PR with the most. Yeah. Slide remaining to the left to fill the gap. Okay, so I think our one gets removed. That goes back in our supply. And then it says slide the rightmost to there. So that means that now we don't have a claim for the Papal Curia because our one's been removed. So that's kind of sucks. Okay, so I think that's all the event card done. Right, I've just discarded the event card down the bottom of the event deck, but turned it face up. So just for a space issue. Right, we're not finished here though, because I see. Wait, hang on a second. Right, okay, I just want to get this bit finished now. I've got other things I need to do as well at the moment, but rather than just pause it, I think we can get it done. Well, we'll see. So we've resolved option B, we've resolved the secondary effects on the event, and then it points us to this box, which says, has 10 plus bot power. Well, it did, because it gained 2, so it's got 3, 6, 9, it's got 11 bot power. So it does have 10 plus bot power, and it has less than 8 large cities out. It's got 2 large cities out, which is less than 8, so yes. So it's then going to come here and it's going to spend 2 bot power to develop a small into a large town, a small town into a large town. It's going to prefer core province, then town without unrest. Okay, so first of all it spends 2 bot power to do this. So then it's going to upgrade, well, it's going to take a large town, and it's going to replace one of these small towns it's got with a large town. So prefer core province, then town without unrest. Well, there's no towns with unrest. Okay, so let me move up there a little bit and get a bit closer. Core province, right, that's the ones that are cored, so it's got their flag underneath. So these are cored, these are large anyway, but this one got one across there, that's got their core flag. So's that. See? This one's not, and this one's not. So these are not cored. And the relevance to all that is, again, one of the things that we'll come to terms with, maybe. Right, so it says prefer core province first. So it's got a choice of 1, 2, 3. So do we just randomise between the 3? Let me just see if I can find. Oh, I want to say something tells you to go in alphabetical order, actually. Right, hang on. General event rules. Well, this isn't really part of the event anymore, is it? So let me look at the actual... Right, hang on. Yeah, province area and sea zone selection. This is on page 3 of the solo rulebook. When given the option to select a province, area or sea zone, because I think this is what we're selecting, one of these 3 provinces. Always do it alphabetically. There you go, it's simple. Always do it alphabetical order if no other preference is given. I don't think there is any preference, apart from they need to be cored. So these 2 are not. So then alphabetically, so as in we're picking the... Right, we're picking G, aren't we? Gotland. Right, so that's what we're going to do. So we're going to upgrade that to a large town in Gotland. And this will go back on their player... yeah, this goes back on their player mat as well. So, but they did get... They went from... Oh, hang on. They went from, if you can imagine that was covered up, they went from 5 manpower to... Oh, it's just the same, isn't it? However, they went from 5 manpower. So these numbers underneath must mean something, whether it's to do with their bot power, maybe. So they went from 5 manpower, and 5 plus 4 is 9 tax, if you like, to 5 manpower and 10 tax. Yeah, or whatever that number is. So they went up by 1 with that, by upgrading that small town to a large town. Okay, and then that was the end. Yeah, let's just jump back down and get this finished. So that was us. We did do that. They spent that to develop small into large, right? And then the black arrow takes us to end turn. Right, good. Done. Okay, nice and easy. An hour to do 2 bot actions. Yeah, and I was talking about possibly doing that last night to finish off. Yeah, it took a whole part in itself. Well, I know I was going on about some other things as well. Okay, yeah, and these cards both stay in their discard pile because some of the cards get removed from the game, so I'll put them up above. I say removed from the game, removed from the age, I think. I don't think they then come back until the next stage. Okay, so that's a bot's HUD there, first action. It is going to be back to myself now. Yeah, well, I'll try and think a bit more before I press record again. Before I start, a couple of ideas, obviously talking about getting influence out to make this guy usable, which seems sort of logical. And what was the other thing? Well, no. Yeah, the whole alliance, the subjugate card and the discard pile, and yeah, it just seems like a long process to try and get that moving, but I dare say maybe that's what I've got to try and do, you know. Okay, I'll be back a bit later with some more of this. Okay, cheers.